is going on, everybody? How are you doing tonight? How's it going with everybody? Well, baby girl's finally asleep, so I can do this. Actually, she's been asleep for about an hour, and that's what I was waiting on to get into this tonight. So if you guys have checked me out on Twitter or anything like that, you'll know what tonight's episode is about, or if you're on YouTube. Well, tonight is all about sponsors. It's something I've talked a little bit about before, bits and pieces here and there throughout episodes, but tonight I wanted to get into a little bit more detail about sponsors because I've gotten a couple emails now, and it's been about being able to accept some sponsors and get some advertising money from this, and I haven't done it yet, and I haven't set it up. And the reason for that is I don't really know too much about the sponsors that have been put forth. So I want to do a little research into that because, as I've said before on the podcast, I'm never going to promote anything on my podcast that I don't use or agree with or something along those lines. You know, if I don't really believe in it, then I'm not going to put it forth on the podcast. It's just not what I want to do. I want to keep my podcast, you know. So the reasons why I would accept a sponsor is, again, if it was something that I not only was supportive of, but also it would have to be definitely under my control. It's my podcast, and I want to keep it that way. And if that means that certain people don't want to sponsor me and put their ads on my stuff, then fine, so be it. You know, you guys listen to the stuff that comes out of my mouth. You guys don't necessarily want to hear these ads and things like that. So if I'm going to have an ad put on my channel, then I want it to be something that I would talk to you guys about. Like, at some point, I would love to get big enough to where I could actually get sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee Company. You guys know, if you've listened to this before, I mention them all the time. They're an amazing, not only just company, but what they do as far as charity events and support of the troops and everything like that. You know, they're really passionate about it, and they're really passionate about everything they do. And so for something like that, you know, I absolutely would stand behind, and would, if, just for example, if they were offering me sponsorship, which they're absolutely not, but if they were, I would love nothing more than to be sponsored by them or someone like them that I really agreed with, because that it's something that I've promoted on the show without any kind of sponsorship already. Basically, is what I'm saying, is that I want somebody that I wouldn't mind promoting or pushing even without them paying me for it. So, you know, that's what I'm looking for in a sponsor. And I'm also looking for a little more control. Like, I don't want to interrupt the podcast. I don't want them to tell me that I have to do, you know, say 15 minutes in that I have to mention their fucking product. I don't want to do that shit. If I'm going to mention it, it's going to be at the very beginning and or at the very end, because I don't want to interrupt the podcast itself. That's just not what I want to do. So that would be pretty much the only way that I would be okay with having a sponsor. And don't get me wrong, at this point, especially with the way things have gone with work this week, which don't really want to get into, let's just say that I am definitely looking at some other options right now, because the juice is not worth the fucking squeeze. All right, let me put it to you like that. If I'm showing my age a little bit there, but some of you older folks might get that one. But man, I'm about to have to open up these sponsorships though. But first, before I do that, guys, I promise you I will look into them and only accept somebody and promote something that I would actually agree with, or a product that I would use, or something along those lines. So I'm not going to bullshit you guys and promote shit just for the sake of doing it, just for the sake of getting a few cents here and there, okay? I'm not big enough to really be making a shit ton of money, even with a sponsorship, unless it was some kind of outrageous shit, which they're not going to do. So, you know, but even if it was, it wouldn't be something that I wouldn't use. If they were offering me something that was an actual product, I would request that they send it to me first and at least allow me to use it, try it out, whatever the case may be, before I promoted it. Because if it's something that's fucking horrible, I don't want to use it, and I'm not going to promote it to you guys. Okay, that's just not how I want to do things. It's not what I'm about. So basically, that being said, some things that I do want to promote right now are I told you guys about my brother's YouTube, or not YouTube, but Twitch stream and everything a while back. Well, he's changing it up and he's moving, so he won't be going fully live with this and everything until he gets resettled in and whatnot, because he's redoing his setup and just got a lot of technical shit that he's going to be doing with that. So, but I did want to push his stuff tonight because he's been big on supporting and promoting my shit. So, of course, in turn, I want to promote his. It's only fair. Raven, come here. Come here. Sorry, puppy's messing with shit. Lay down. Thank you. Good girl. She's smart. She ain't stupid. But anyway, getting back to this. So, my brothers, I had to write this shit down just so I wouldn't forget it. Go check him out. Sub to his shit. He's been doing this for a long time. Again, he does a lot of 24-hour charity event streams. So, I mean, come on, man. It's for fucking charity, people. And also, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can sub for free, I believe. There's some more details in that. I probably should have got it from him. But hey, I'll give you guys more information about that. Also, somebody else that I want to promote is a cousin's husband's brother. Yeah, that's right. I have no idea who this person is. Don't think, oh, well, he's just promoting family and stuff. I've never met this person, never talked to this person at all, but they're apparently promoting my stuff as well, so I want to promote theirs. So I'm going to give you guys both those links. It's both Twitch, so it's twitch.tv/just_in_rage, and that one's my bro. And then you've got King Cruzin, KINGCRUZIN, both at twitch.tv/just_in_rage and King Cruisin'. Go check those guys out. They're promoting my stuff, so I'm going to promote theirs. And same thing with you guys. If you guys do a podcast or anything like that, if you've got a YouTube channel you're trying to build, if you guys promote my stuff, I will more than happily promote yours. Hit me up, you guys. All links for all social media, of course, will be in the description box below and everything. I just set up the Twitter for you guys, so you guys can hit me up and follow me on Twitter. I'll keep you guys updated on podcasts. You guys can hit me up with subjects and stuff. I know that's a little easier than the email, but my email will also be there as well, as will be the numerous platforms that Anchor throws me out on. Again, shout out to Anchor as always. I know you guys are probably getting sick and tired of that, but if it wasn't for Anchor, this podcast might not, well, it would exist. I'd find a way to make it happen. But Anchor has made it very easy and has put it out there on so many different platforms that I could have never have imagined being on at one time that fast. It's just crazy what Anchor does for its content creators and things of that nature. So, but also coming from Astoria over in Portland. No, that wasn't supposed to be an angry face. What the fuck? Whoa, no. Sis, that's not what that was supposed to be. Oh, shit. Let me correct this. Fuck, I was trying to pull this message up. My big little sister, or I should say older little sister, because she's not big by any means. She's tiny. She's a badass, though. Can't fuck with that girl. Here we go. There we go. Fix that shit. Anyway. Okay, sorry, guys. So my older little sister, Mary, my sweetheart, badass chick. Don't ever fuck with her, because you don't have to worry about me coming to kick your ass. She'll fuck you up. Anyway, she has pitched out the idea and got it accepted, and they're going to be starting an LGBT calendar, and she's going to be in it. And it's one of those weird things, because she's not really my sister, of course. I don't have any actual sisters. But, dude, Mary's got a banging body, and I know that's really weird to say, Mary, if you're listening to this, but you know it's true. Mary, my sister, has a banging fucking body. Don't worry, guys. She'll get more pussy than you. I promise. if she was that kind of chick. She's not. If you're a chick who's looking for a decent girl to be with and everything like that, and you're in the Astoria area, hit up my homegirl Mary. She's a fucking sweetheart, and she is not only a sweetheart, but she is a badass, and she would fuck somebody up if they ever fucked with you guys. So, good chick. Love you, Mary. But she's not only doing that, they're doing the calendar, but they're also going to be selling it for Pride in Astoria, and that's going to be really cool. So she's helping out. She's giving back to her fucking community, people, which more people should do. And on top of that, she also let me know she's been offered to do some stand-up, and that's fucking awesome because she's also hysterical, all right? She is one of the few women out there who are funny. Yeah, I fucking said it, ladies. You're not really funny because you don't have to be funny. Men are funnier because we have to be funny, okay? Women don't have to be funny. That's why you're not all very good at it, okay? But the ones that are good at it are fucking great at it. Mary's one of them, and I'm not biased. I promise. She truly is fucking hysterical. So, congrats to you, Mary. I wanted to give you a big shout out on that as well. I love you, sis, and keep giving me updates on that, and I will keep letting everybody know about it. Okay, sweetie? If you want me to get any of your other stuff out there as far as like any information on where people can contact you if they want to buy it and everything like that, you let me know, and I will put it out there for you, sweetie. I love you. So, getting back to how I would like to run my podcast. I know, no segue there. You guys know, I don't do this whole PC thing. I don't mean to offend either. So if anybody ever listens to my podcast and you get offended, I'm sorry that you got offended. I'm not sorry for what I said, because whatever I said, I meant what I said in that moment and everything. If you are offended by it, I'm sure you've got your reasons, and I would love to hear those reasons. And again, you might even change my mind on whatever it is that I was saying that you didn't like. So, email me at insomniatalks@gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter again at insomniatalks. There you go. It's that simple. We can talk about this. That's part of the reason why I wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to reach out to people. I wanted to talk with people and get different opinions and different viewpoints on things that were not my own, and maybe change my mind on certain things and maybe change other people's minds on certain things, So, but I don't feel that there's a need to be all PC about that. I think that grown adults should be able to talk to each other like grown adults, and words are words, and unless they're meant with bad intent, then get out of here, man. If I look at someone and I go, wow, I fucking love you, is fuck really a bad term in that aspect? Is it really? I mean, context is everything. So, I mean, you're not going to hear me throwing out any racial slurs or anything like that. That's not where I'm going with it, because that is fucked up, and I believe that is an ill intent, but at the same time, again, I don't mind talking about topics that people don't necessarily want to talk about. I'm okay with it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. So that's what I want to keep doing on my podcast. And going along with the sponsor issue on that is there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to be associated with that. And I think that's a bit ridiculous, because I think what people need to understand when it comes to sponsors is sponsor you because of how many views you're getting, how many downloads you're getting. The more you're getting, the more money they pay you, because the more people they're getting their product out to. It's not even that they support anything that you're saying whatsoever. It has nothing to do with what you're fucking saying. It has to do with the amount of connections that you're making and how many people you can push their product on, basically. That's really what it's all about. It has nothing to do with what the fuck you're saying, okay? So people need to realize that, and then also understand that I don't advocate for specific types of groups and things like that. Honestly, I hate pretty much all groups. I will support an individual, absolutely, but as far as groups go, they just get too annoying, and it just gets a bit ridiculous when you get sucked into these ideologies that you don't agree with every part of it, and yet you can't disagree with any part of it at the same time without being ostracized. And it's a bit ridiculous to me. So but at the same time, I support everyone's right to say whatever it is they want to say. And I think it's important that people, whether you agree with them or not, and especially if you don't agree with them, for them to be able to say what they want. I hate white supremacists just like the next person, but I want to know who those people are, and what better way than to let them open their mouths so that we know who they are. Don't you think that that would be better in a sense? Because at least we know who to avoid. Like, nobody has to listen to my podcast, but people do because they want to, and people keep coming back because they want to, and you guys fucking rock. I love you guys. You guys have no idea. This is so awesome for me. As small and simple as this podcast is, and as small as the YouTube channel is and everything, I love all you guys because you guys keep coming back and you guys just keep listening to this shit, okay? But for those people who listened to it and didn't like what I have to say and didn't come back, it's that simple. It's that simple with everything else as well. You know, if I'm not going to go listen to a bunch of white supremacists spew a bunch of fucking bullshit unless I'm going to go troll them, you know, and I've done that and it's fun. I love fucking with people who are just outright actual racist, not just because they happen to be some white guy so he must be racist. Fuck that shit. That's the most ridiculous thing, and in and of itself is racist. So that's just stupid shit. But there are real racist people out there, okay? And I love to fuck with them. But if you don't let them talk, I don't know who they are and I can't go fuck with them. It's not fair, all right? I need to fuck with these people. They're fun to fuck with, and they should be fucked with, because no one is above being fucked with. No one is above being fucked with, okay? Not me, not anybody, but everyone deserves a right to open their fucking mouth and put their thoughts out there, even if you don't happen to agree with them, okay? There are lots of things that I don't agree with, but I don't sit around and listen to it all day and get pissed off about it either. I don't look to be offended, you know? It makes no sense, and it's too much of a waste of time anyway. Like, why would I sit around worrying about people that I don't give a damn about to begin with? It's just not worth it to me. But that all being said, I want to get into a little bit more of like why I don't do any editing and stuff with this podcast either. Like, there's no cuts or anything like that. As far as the more YouTube aspect of it, and those of you listening on Anchor and whatnot, thank you guys more so than anything, because when I'm thanking you guys about all the downloads and doubling up, I'm talking about everyone listening on Anchor and Spotify and everything like that, because those are the ones that I'm counting. I haven't even added the views from YouTube in on it, and I don't know why. So I'm probably going to do that a little bit later, and I'll post a video on YouTube, you know, with the results or something later. And again, for those of you listening to this on Spotify or iTunes or any of the platforms that Anchor gets me out on, if you guys want to go check out the YouTube channel, the description box, again, will have that link as well. So you guys can go check that out, or just simply go on YouTube, type in Insomnia Talks. It'll pop up for you, or Google it. It'll pop up with the YouTube channel, the Anchor FM, the Spotify. It'll pop up with all those links as well. So there's a million different ways to get a hold of me and check out my other stuff if you really want to. What, puppy? No, you just went out. Don't tell me you got to go out again. We got at least another 10 minutes to go on this podcast. So better hold it. She's giving me that look, guys. She's giving me that look. But back to why I don't edit and things like that. It's because I want to do live streams with this. I want to be able to do a live stream every Saturday night. I want to get up into the point where I'm doing Monday through Friday podcast every night, at least give you guys a half hour, and then get to a point where I can do a live stream on YouTube every Saturday night, and where I can open things up to a live Q&A. If I get some guests on, I'll do it then. And I know it's been really chaotic the time that I had Katie on and everything, so I'm gonna time things out a little better the next time I get a guest. So it'll be a lot better for you guys, and you guys can actually hear a real conversation. So I don't edit also because I don't really have the software to do it. As things progress and things get a little bit bigger, I want to get to a point where I'm going to start editing the video a little bit more so I can do clips here and there, so you guys can just watch specific little clips if you really want to and things, because I know the people that listen on the podcast have much longer attention spans because you're listening to a podcast. You're looking for more Hey, I'm going to put you in the kennel. I'll put you in your kennel. Just chewing on my sock. Anyway, again, sorry. Puppy has been doing really good, but she's also been being a bit of a pain in the ass. She's almost 3 months old. No, she is 3 months old, and she's a pain in the ass. But it's worth it. So, see, made me lose my whole damn train of thought. See what you did there, puppy? Because I got to keep an eye on you. Oh, back to the clips. But yeah, everybody that listens to the podcast, you guys are looking for something that's a little more in depth. You guys are looking for something that's a little bit longer. You're not looking for just a couple 4 or 5 minute clip on YouTube or something like that. So I'd really like to do this in long term and in one session. I don't want to chop things up for you guys. So if I fuck up one week, you guys can feel free to call me on it. And if I say some crazy shit that's just completely not true, feel free to call me on it and I will absolutely correct myself. But as far as YouTube goes, I know most people watch YouTube. They don't want to sit and watch something for a half hour, an hour, things of that nature. So they want the clips. So I'm going to start chopping my stuff up, but I want to get some programs to make it a little smoother. And again, once I get things progressed, I want to start doing a vlog channel as well, but that one's going to be much more family friendly. It's going to be nothing like the podcast. It's going to be more like, me and baby girl and the puppy, it's going to be about the family. So, but once I do get all of that set up and whatnot, I'll post that link as well if you guys want to go check that out so you can see what daily life is like with a toddler. Oh, it's so fucking exciting. From one happy smile to the next tantrum. Whoa! But coming to it, the final subject of the night is the Joe Rogan Jack Dorsey podcast, which if you guys know anything about, a lot of people are really, really upset with Joe for not pressing Jack more so on the censorship and the banning of conservatives versus these, when the people on the left are doing basically the exact same thing, if not worse things in some cases than what people on the right are doing, and they seem to be free to do it all day long, and it's just complete hypocrisy. So a lot of people were really pissed off, and I think understandably, but also at the same time realize that Joe is only there, and even as he said, he just wanted to talk to him about what it was like to be running this company. It wasn't so much about the censorship and stuff. That's not what he wanted to know about. And to be completely honest, it's his podcast. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do on it. If you guys have questions and stuff that you want, go start a podcast yourself and get Jack on, and then you guys can grill him if you want to. Now, that being said, I do kind of agree. I think, and again, I've never really fucked with Twitter. I've set up a couple accounts over the years, but I never really used them for more than like a week, and then I just deleted the account because I've never been big on social media anyway. Even back when MySpace got started, I started a MySpace because I moved to Chicago and I wanted to stay in contact with friends that were in Florida. So that's the only reason why I started a MySpace. And then Facebook was a similar thing. And so I've never fucked with Twitter. I don't have Instagram or Snapchat or anything like that. And so I'm just starting my Twitter, but I made a joke like immediately I thought about it because I am aware of all the banning and stuff like that that's going on Twitter. Of course, like anybody else, it gets talked about everywhere. But I immediately made the joke. I was like, so do you guys think I'll get a blue check or a ban first? just because I know some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about on my podcast is not going to be PC. It's not going to be nice. It's just my opinion and or facts that I've come across and or just facts in general. And yeah, I'm definitely of the side that says, you know, facts don't care about your feelings, okay? The sky is blue, 2 + 2 = 4. There's only 2 genders. Get the fuck over it, basically. Yeah, I said it. I'm telling you guys, that's going to be a t-shirt. Or a hat. I like hats more. I don't know about you guys. As far as merch goes, I swear I can talk. That's the other one. What do you guys think? And I'm not going to be doing merch anytime soon, but let me know about this. A little side note here. Let me know about this. Would you guys rather have hats or would you guys rather have t-shirts? Because I'm a hat guy. I have a million different hats. There's 2 hats over here on my wall. There used to be 5 until I painted and then I patched up some holes and stuff. So that's a little different. But I have probably as many hats as I have t-shirts. Because I love hats. But anyway, what do you guys think? Would you guys rather have hats or would you guys rather have t-shirts and stuff like that? What do you guys think? Just for future reference much further down the road, and maybe eventually I'll get to that. But getting back to it, you know, I really think that Joe could have pushed him more. And again, I waited to say anything about this because I wanted to hear his response, and you kind of knew he was going to respond with all the backlash. So, and he said that, hey, he had gotten a hold of Jack and they're going to do another podcast at some point, and Jack's going to bring on one of the guys that or one of the people from the team that actually deals with the banning and the censorship and how all that works and how it all goes down. So sometimes, guys, yeah, get mad, get upset and whatnot, and it does do something, but then back the fuck off. Like, calm down, man. It's okay. He's going to fix this. Chill out. He's going to get him back on at some point. Now, whether Jack actually comes back on is a totally different fucking story, because apparently he's lied to Congress. I might be wrong about that. When he said something along the lines of, we don't ban due to content, but to, damn it, I just had it. It's not content. It's basically the actions. It's the conduct. That's the one. Not content, but conduct. Well, isn't Twitter really all just content? It's not really conduct. Conduct insinuates, like, being present, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, and then it says in the terms of service, of course, that yes, there are a bunch of different reasons why certain content can get you banned. So he completely lied. So we'll see about that. But I think Joe will have him back on if Jack would come back on. He would absolutely have him back on. And so I think the only reason why people feel like why Joe is so responsible for asking these questions and putting that pressure on is because he has the largest podcast in the world. Like, he has the #1 podcast. So he reaches a lot of people, and I feel like people look at him like someone who's supposed to be conducting an interview rather than just hanging out and talking to someone. Whereas he's doing this just to hang out and talk to people. So it's what he wants to do and what he's been doing versus what people expect him to do. And to be fair, it's not right for anyone to expect him to do anything with his shit. Don't come into my kitchen and tell me how to fucking cook, okay? It's one of those things. But Joe clearly admits that he missed that opportunity and he should have taken that opportunity to do so. So now he's correcting, and he's going to try and make that happen again so he can take that opportunity to get all of that information. So back the fuck off, people. All right? He's got a great fucking podcast. He really does. And I don't agree with all the guests that he brings on. And yes, I understand when he goes back and forth on some things. And I see it too, and I'm like, yeah, Joe, but, buddy, what about yesterday when you had whoever on, and you kind of said the exact opposite. But here's the thing. He's also just there trying to have a conversation with someone. If he starts arguing with people, those conversations conversations are going to get very short, and people are going to stop coming on his fucking podcast. So of course he's going to agree with them for the sake of fucking conversation. But watch any of his stand-up. He says it the same basic way, that he's doing this for entertainment. He says shit sometimes that he doesn't even agree with himself, but he says it because it's just jokes. It's just for show. It's just for fucking entertainment. But there are some things that he's very serious on. You can go back, watch the one with Steven Crowder when he got in the debate about marijuana and everything like that. Fuck. The clip's on there. It's like a 26-minute clip because it was a long fucking little argument that they were having. But at the same time, people lost their minds and called Joe out. They were like, why are you being so fucking aggressive? Rawr. And it's like, calm down, people. You ever seen two dogs playing? They look savage as fuck, but they're just chilling and having a good time. So calm the fuck down about that. Or the one with Russell Brand talking about gender. Dude, he tore into him about it too, because Russell's a fucking idiot. Oh my God. I used to think he was really funny. I used to get along with him, and I still do think he's funny in some things and whatnot, but damn if he doesn't have some crazy batshit ideas, or batshit crazy ideas. Wow. Mixed that one up, didn't I? But anyway, guys. All right, we're over the 30-minute mark, so I hope you guys enjoyed this shit. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I really hope you guys enjoyed that new little intro that I just did tonight. It took about 5 minutes. I set it up real quick, so I hope you guys enjoy that shit. I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode here, and I will come at you guys again tomorrow night with another one. And hopefully I will be bumping it up to 4 to 5 a week from here on out. And then once I get things rolling a little bit more, I will definitely get the live stream up and running on YouTube on Saturday nights. I will be setting that up so you guys can do the Q&A and everything like that. If you guys want to ask me about stuff live, that's when we're going to be able to do it. Now, that could be a month out, 2 months out. I'm not making any promises on that, but I will promise you that I'm going to get it up and running as soon as possible, because I really want to do that. And I really want to be able to communicate with you guys live. I think that would be a lot of fun. Come on, you guys we can maybe even have a fucking roast night. You know, you guys can come on and roast me. It'll be fucking hilarious. I love that kind of shit. So we'll mix it up, man. We'll get to it. But as always, again, back to Anchor for putting everything out there for me. I really appreciate the whole fucking team. And they just, again, like did a nice little merge type deal with Spotify. So we're going to see where that goes. Another shout out back to twitch.tv/just_in_rage and twitch.tv/kingcruzin. That's KINGCRUZIN. Thank you guys for fucking pushing my shit and everything. And again, if anybody out there has a YouTube channel, has a podcast, has Twitch, or anything like that that you guys are trying to build and whatnot, let me know. I will push your shit as long as you plug mine as well. I really appreciate you guys, and I am gonna get the fuck out of here. Go put on a damn movie, get naked, get in my bed, and get the fuck on. I will catch you guys next time. Love you. Fuck you. I'm out this bitch. Bye, motherfucker.